There we are. Okay, now let that tripod. The guy that sent it to me from up north. Thank you very much. Okay. This afternoon the legislature is opening. I see the place in Gates, I just noticed. I don't know why. Okay, so I noticed two MLAs, liberal MLAs this morning. I couldn't even bother going and talk to them or asking them question of what's been going on and everything. I couldn't be bothered because this place is not for the MLAs. This place is just someone in a writing got popular all of a sudden. I don't know, thought not to have a prison in their own backyard, and next thing you know, their name is in the paper, and they run for politics, and they're the new MLA. That's how it runs. This has nothing to do with people's rights. This is bureaucrats. Bureaucrats born, brought up in the city of Fredericton that will go to no limit to make sure that certain people, certain culture do not have rights. Now, this Black Lives Matter. I've been talking about racism a lot and Black Lives Matter. I seen it down the States. I rode a 10-speed bicycle from Halifax to San Francisco. I seen the racism. Our summer cottage in Shediac, that's what I told the media, our mansion compared to the black people's homes, especially Memphis, that where Martin Luther King got assassinated. That area, oh my God, is bad. But never mind that. We have a problem. Black Lives Matter. Everybody is just, you know, all of a sudden, Black Lives Matter. I had emails from people that I said I'm going to come up with a series on how the police and the justice system treated me. And I said it many times before. If I'm treated this way, what about the poor person that don't have the media, that don't have a social platform, and don't have nothing? How are they being treated? That is the question. I had people messaging me and say, hey, why are you talking about this? You're not black. You're not black, so therefore, it doesn't matter. Or if you're not gay, it doesn't matter. The Human Rights Commission will not fight for poor people. And that's the issue right now, is people with mental illness, white, black, it don't matter, but people with mental illness that's poor will not have the same justice as what those bureaucrats in the back has passed into law. And again, I'll talk about it. Summary charge. Summary. Summary means you don't have the right to a lawyer. Legal Aid New Brunswick will not grant you a lawyer. And number two, there is no preliminary hearing to find out if there's enough evidence to proceed to trial. 99% of the time, you will plead guilty to something that you weren't guilty of. And that is something like that has to change. Yusuf, the black guy that used to work at the Victory Meat Market, made a speech. I didn't tape it because I was in the crowd, and there's nothing more paranoid. Not only blacks, white, blacks, or a bunch of humans with masks on. It made me paranoid. So I had this 38 minutes of film. I didn't want a couple of yahoos just to grab it and start running. Then the police said, well, could you describe them? They're all wearing masks. How can I describe them? So Yusuf, I didn't tape his speech. Maybe somebody will send it to me. But he made it very clear. Yusuf said, this is not only for blacks. This is everyone. People with mental illness, the poor people, this is for everyone. And a lot of people are going on this wave. It's like, for an example, Frederick, what was it? My God, 6-7 years ago, Frederick, a friend of mine from Congo, he went on a hunger strike. I got involved. I got David Alward, everybody involved. And then he stopped. He had, as a matter of fact, there's a video out on it. But the government said they were concerned about Frederick, but the whole family was upset with the government because they couldn't find work. They couldn't find work. So, this is what Black Lives Matter. I'm black. I should work like everybody else. But we have a problem. There's a lot of people, poor families on social assistance that don't have the proper upbringing, and the kids will not have no proper job. They're white, but they don't know anybody. And they're classified as a lower end of the scale. See, this is what this is all about. I said it many times before. If there would have been no bullshit racial slurs against the gays, the blacks, the French, we wouldn't be in this mess that we're in now. Now is reverse discrimination. That's what it's called. And unfortunately, people are pushing. I had a white guy told me last night, oh my God, how far are we gonna go with this? Because they want rights. They want to be treated equally. And personally, I didn't know there was so many blacks in Fredericton. And the speeches, what I really would love to listen is the people that were brought up in this city that are blacks. And I'll mention the name. Maybe it's okay. A black guy was stopped by the Fredericton police because he rode a bicycle with no helmet. His name is Mike Hoyt. Who's Mike Hoyt? He's a security guy that I first met for the first time when I live in a tent for the legislature right here. And Mike Hoyt is a security guy at the legislature. The cops stopped him, 11 o'clock at night, and he said, oh, it's you. Oh, it's you. Let him go. And half an hour later, his cousin, a black guy, was stopped by the cops and gave him a ticket because he rode a bicycle with no helmet. So, the blacks that were brought up in this city, they have sad stories. How come we don't hear them speak up at rallies? But it's just going to continue on and continue on. And I mean, I'm not condemning it, but it has to be everybody. The justice system is corrupt. The people now is started to change that if somebody dies or murdered behind bars, there will be an inquest. The only thing we haven't figured out is Caroline Warnock that was murdered by the staff in Miramichi Provincial Jail, but that's another story. So, Black Lives Matter, yes it does, but it should be for everybody. Everybody. So what I'm going to do is we're going to chase the politician and find out the justice system. How come everybody's not treated equally in the eyes of the justice system? And we must get rid of this summary charge. And that's it for the end of part 1. Oh, this is not my part of my little series with the Fredericton police and the justice system. This is just a rant that was just driving me crazy what I've been watching the last 72 hours.